this guy doesn't open his door. I don't understand, but that's all right. This is historic Slidell. This is the infamous Lake Pontchartrain. On our way to the Whitney Plantation. This grassy hill on the right is not just a grassy hill. That's the levee that holds the Mississippi River on the other side, so it doesn't come over here when it floods.
I was going to guess. I should have guessed.
Well, you should have. I saw it from a long way, and I said, you know, it's not just, it's got to be something. I didn't think we were that close to the Mississippi River, but the Mississippi River is right over there. There's some raised panel door with the backside. It's just a flat board with battens.
Actually, the one scene was shot. So you know the scenes that we found hanging in the backspace? The backspace shot? And you got what? That one scene was shot on our property. Now, y'all saw the very first station. Y'all probably turned that thing in the week. You came to the house.
Full door.
So the next person from her is out from New York, the person property. Now, right, that White House over here, to the manager of the house, this way. But somebody lives there. So you know how you got the shorter height when you're going? In this room right here, guys, have come. Excuse me. Let me get it going. So you got 1874. Oh, wow. Guys, how about this? Before I explain the house to you guys, and y'all can finish looking around. See that building in that backyard? The kitchen? We'll go walk, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all walk to the kitchen. Then you see that pretty circle, all that good shade. We're gonna sit there and I'm gonna give y'all all the information.
The formal front entrance with all the trees and the walkway.
They had a lot of transformation for the owners liking, of course. No, y'all saw the fire pit? Yeah. That's why they would have cooked these dishes. What these dishes have in common, guys? Rice. Rice. We eat rice for everything. Jambalaya rice, gravy.
Today it's a bench, but it used to be a big beam.
You see that?
We know what this is, or at least what it's part of. It's got no blower on it.
No, I actually didn't.
Conceptually, we want to come up here and make a right onto that bridge. Since the motorhome doesn't fly, it's not too easy to do. That's the bridge over the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River, which is in flood warning right now. You see water coming over the levee. Head for high ground. So now we just have to drive down to the beginning of the bridge and get on it. The story of our bridges and the views from there. And the Mississippi is almost up to the top of that levee. It's way up in the trees. nice. It's actually screen, not glass. Nice carving. A refrigerator.
Yeah. From the Herman Island yesterday. I went to a.
And a Elijah steam engine.
Oh my goodness.
I've never been to a Lopez game, but I can
I
imagine.
don't think I could fit one like that in the house. We got a hearse. We got a shovel to dig a grave. Oh, we got another one. All kinds of stuff. Spancel and Company, Poultry, Eggs, and Game. Egg incubators, that's not something I've ever seen before, actually. We know old hit or miss engines. Some of these other things, not so much.
It's the outhouse.
Way. Come on, love. The sugarcane mill.
Oh.
You feed the cane in right here. Right over here. You can push it around, or the horse pulls it around, and the sugar cane liquid runs out right there. I tell you, I'm ready to go back to those times.
Probably more over here.
Now, if you're in New Hampshire, you'd say it's a maple syrup producing, right?
Yeah.
So you're not.
No.
So what would you call it?
Cane syrup.
Huh?
Cane syrup.
Yeah. You're catching on.
I knew before.
Hmm?
I said I knew before.
At least we got something we know what it is. Something else I've always wanted to make, but I don't really have a good excuse to make one, and they take a lot of room, and I don't think I'd ever use it. At least not often. Now there's your basic big log cabin. Bigger than the Ellsworth Hilton, but it doesn't have an upstairs. The Pioneer Cabin. Someone lived in this until the 1960s. Built circa 1810. I guess it does have a loft in this end. A two-holer. In case two people need to use it at the same time. And over here we have an unknown. It looks like it would have been a tank, but I don't see an in or an out. I don't know. This is a linear house. Rooms end to end. It does have a second floor, but I don't see how you get up there in this room. This is a replica, as it were. And an outdoor place to cook. The German Bergeron house, circa 1805. It's a different style. The timber frame with the infill. Everybody had their own way they knew how to do things. Barn with a lean-to. Bunch of lumber. The Split Cypress Barn, 1870. That's what we need. Just like this, place to park the Kubota. I believe this is the grist mill. And apparently, just looking at it, you get the great big, what do you used to call those things when you were a kid? Around and around. You sat on them and everybody spun you around and around. Never mind.
Yeah, I never did those.
Anyway, you connect the horse to this and he walks around in circles. Or many horses, as the case may be, I don't know. Depends on how many horsepower the mill is. And then the belting drives the grist mill up there. And then underneath you run your wagon and it fills up with ground up meal. That's my theory. And I'm sticking to it.
That's a good one. 'Cause I was going to say, why is it high?
1840. It's a high class one, it's brick. You and your family can live in here. Another sugar house. You have your basic cast iron pots. Put the fire underneath and eventually you make cane sugar or
Yeah, we've learned that.
syrup. What?
One of the things we've learned on this trip.
There's a well out in the middle. Another building that was occupied until the 1960s. Pull up a piece of the floor. The overseer's house. Somewhere between the plantation and the slave quarters. It's the kind of place you can imagine yourself living in. Has fireplaces and beds and rooms. The walls are finished. You don't have to sleep on the floor until schoolhouse.
How many of these have we seen?
None as good as Ellsworth. The blacksmith shop. A bit of forge. An anvil. A beam drill. Ooh, a big one. That's a big one. Look at the size of the casting there. It takes some effort to get it going, but once it's going, it's going to drill a hole. Little bins. Now these bins go deeper. Yeah. Some of the bins go deep. Some of the bins go shallow. I like that better than the octagon with the triangular draws. These will hold small things. The other ones hold big things. Coffee grinders. Cash registers, a scale that I can't really see, another scale, brown paper to wrap your goods, corn sheller or two, another scale. Ooh. This supposed to be a cabinet for threads and things. Yarn, maybe? I don't know. Commissary.
I don't know.
1889 post office. Can't see through the glass window. A nice little garden area. Live oak trees are nice trees architecturally. A pane of glass which got fractured and all shattered, but it's held together with, it's safety glass, so it's held together with a plastic laminate in the middle assumedly, and it that's it, Google. Figure out what direction you're going. It turned the car 180 degrees twice. No, it just did it again and back. That was only a 90. Get your act together, Google.
Turn right.
April 28th in Louisiana. The corn's coming along good. The rest of the garden's doing pretty good. Tomatoes have little flowers. We'll have tomatoes before long. Not exactly like the garden in Massachusetts or New Hampshire. Magnolia tree. Yeah, they have some old trees.
Magnolia, this is another magnolia.
Trees come all the way down to the ground.
Yeah. Then they inherit.
This is the slave quarters. Everything here is up on piers, and that's a couple reasons. One of which can't see it from here, but right over there is the Mississippi River, and so it comes over its banks and floods occasionally. Here we have the slave quarters. Duplex. This was the manager's house. And no plantation will be complete without a sugarcane mill. Sugarcane goes in, sugarcane comes out, and the liquid comes out. And this one's got a new addition because that's made out of rebar. It's a hook to hang a bucket. We're going to cross the Mississippi River yet again, this time going westbound.
For about 57 miles, continue straight.
The Mississippi River, which is, as you can see, flooding where those trees are. Hopefully we'll stay within its banks and we'll be able to get back to the east side someday. The water's within a couple feet of the top of the levee, so as long as it doesn't go up a couple more feet or the levee's not short or somewhere else,